A lot of people have been, when I say a lot of people, I mean a lot of people. So a lot of people have been asking me, Dosia, how do I relocate to Mauritius? Dosia, I just want to come to Mauritius, and see if I can get a job. As if it's that easy. Dosia, how can I come to Mauritius? I'm actually thinking about it from watching your videos and things like that. So today I'm going to be talking about different visas in Mauritius and how you can use them to relocate. If you think this video is for you, please don't go anywhere. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is still Dosia. If you are new here, welcome. If you are not new here, thank you for coming back. I hope you subscribed already, and if you haven't subscribed, please make sure you subscribe, make sure you share, make sure you like, make sure you comment. And without further ado, let's start this video. I am trying to get this video to about 200 likes. Please make sure you hit the thumbs up button. If this video hasn't gotten up to 200 likes, if it's above 200 likes, continue liking that button. Continue. Yes, continue. So I'm trying to get up to 200 likes, so make sure you guys like this video. If you haven't subscribed, again, make sure you subscribe if you think this video has or is gonna be helpful to you. So let us start this video. This video is gonna be a long one, so I just advise you, get your water, get your jotter, and jot things down so you can take things away. Okay, the first one is a student visa, and it's typically through a student admission. The school actually works the visa for you. Okay, so when you apply as a student in Mauritius, the school applies to the board, and then they get your visas for you. That is as simple as possible. Now, the duration of your student visa determines how long you would have on your student permit. So it could be 1 year, it could be 6 months, it could be 3 years, whatever it is, right? The second one is a tourist visa. Now for Nigerians, it is visa on arrival, which means when you come into the country with your necessary documents. If you guys want me to do a descriptive video on that, please put it in the comment section and I will do a descriptive video on that. But basically, it's visa on arrival. You need to come in with specific documents and requirements before you are granted, and then you'll be granted at the airport, and then you can come into the country. There are times where Nigerians would come in on requesting for visa on arrival for tourist visa, and they are rejected and they go back because you have coconut head. Okay, the duration depends on the nationality. For Nigerians, it's 2 weeks. For some other people, it spans up to 60 days. Some countries or some nationalities don't even need a visa to come into Mauritius. I'm going to give a shout out to this brand, and they gifted me this shirt that I really love. So it says, I'm not only quiet in public. If you follow me on Instagram, you see that I've posted and I've worn this shirt a couple of times. I actually love a shirt that would say exactly what I'm thinking. So when people see me, they read my shirt and they just get the vibe, because sometimes I could be quiet in public. So don't ask me why I'm quiet. I am just quiet. Make sure you check them out. This video is sponsored by The Diary of an Introvert, so make sure you check them out at www.diaryofanintrovertng.com. They have loads of very interesting and fun t-shirts and different merch. They have t-shirts, hoodies, a whole lot, so make sure you check them out. And let's go back into our video. Okay, so the third thing is a premium visa. Now, A premium visa is applicable to foreigners who want to come and stay in Mauritius, but are not eligible to work in Mauritius. Okay, so they could be employees who want to stay in Mauritius and have a remote job. So you could have a remote job and you could come here and be on a premium visa and you would stay. The validity of that is 1 year. So you could also be you could also come as you could also be a retiree, you could also be a professional with your family for business, or to also work remotely. So you wouldn't be able to work in Mauritius, but you have a job somewhere and you'll be able to, stay here and enjoy, basically. The duration of that is 1 year. Now, the sad thing is Nigerians are not eligible for the premium visa, so you can't come as a Nigerian on a premium visa. That's quite sad. Residency by profession. In some of my other videos, I have talked about how students will be able to change their visa from a student visa to a work visa. Okay, now this is the visa I'm talking about. This is an occupational visa or a work permit. When you are employed by a company, now basically your company or the company that wants to employ you processes your occupational or work permits. You don't go to the Economic Development Board, which handles the permits and visas in Mauritius, and say you want to get a work permit. They're not going to answer you. Okay, so basically the company that wants to employ you would basically do this for you. I have had loads of people who message me and say they got someone who told them, or they got an agent, and the agent basically tells them that they would be able to work a work permit for them. And I'm like, how? And they obviously can't explain, because it is a company here in Mauritius, a local or a multinational company, that processes it for you. And the process is not as easy as going to the office to apply. The board obviously has to approve as well. So now there are certain areas or there are certain industries that are applicable, which is tech, communication, healthcare, tourism, finance, and I think business something. I can't really remember now. But those are the industries that are applicable for an occupational permit. Now the minimum salary is 30k rupees. 30k Mauritian rupees is the minimum salary, and this applies to people who are in tech industry, pharmaceutical, business processing, outsourcing, so let's say accounting and things like that. So let's say you are a student who is already working somewhere, you get a job and they want to change your work permit. Your minimum salary will be 30k, or you get a job and you are on work permit, your minimum salary would be 30k rupees, which means it could be higher, but the least that would be is 30k. Okay, now the highest validity is 10 years. You could get for 2 years, for 3 years, but the highest validity is 10 years. You can also apply for a shorter occupational permit, but it shouldn't be exceeding 9 months. So why not just get a year or 2 years? Also depends on your agreement with the company. Now the application fee for this is 20,000 rupees. When I say rupees, it's Mauritian rupees, not Indian rupees. Let's get that clear. Say for example, you already have an occupational permit, which is, let's say, for 2 years or 3 years or 1 year, and it's about to expire and you want to renew. You would obviously have to show your contract of employment to be able to renew your occupational permit. The second part of it is, if you are an occupational permit holder, you can also invest, but you cannot invest in the company that you are working for, provided that you are not employed or that you manage it and no salary is being received by you through that business. But you can also also have minimum shares in a business where you are employed. So if it's something you want to think about, you can buy shares in a company where you are employed, but you can buy minimum shares. Now there's something called a YPOP. A YPOP is a Young Professional Occupational Permit, and what this basically does is it gives the opportunity for students who have studied in Mauritius or who have a degree from Mauritius to gain an occupational permit. So it's kind of like a baby occupational permit, but not the full one. The validity for this is 3 years, and the requirement is that you must have studied in Mauritius or at least had an undergraduate degree in Mauritius. So when people tell me that they want to relocate to Mauritius or they want to migrate to Mauritius, I will basically tell them that come to Mauritius, get a degree, get an undergraduate degree, and from there you would be able to get a job and then apply for a YPOP where you could stay for 3 years and maybe an occupational permit, possibly, where you can also stay for 10 years. So the validity for that differs. So you have for 1 year, you have for 2 years, and then you have for not above 3 years. So the one for 1 year is about 5,000 rupees, which is not much, and the one for not up to 2 years is 7,500 rupees, and then one for not up to 3 years but above 2 years is 10,000 rupees. To check about the necessary documents that you might need, you have to go to the EDB website. Just Google Economic Development Board Mauritius. For you to acquire a YPOP, you must have studied in certain fields or certain industries, or have done certain courses. So must be in the fields of AI, which is artificial intelligence, IT, information technology, biotechnology, financial services, and on other cases the minister would have to approve if it's any other field aside the fields that I just mentioned. I think it's a great opportunity for students to look at as well. It's another opportunity for you to extend your stay or stay in Mauritius after you have studied. For those who didn't study in Mauritius or don't want to come as a tourist and don't have, let's say, the maybe necessary experience to acquire a job in Mauritius, and get an occupational permit, these next ones might be interesting, and these are for people that have money. So the next one is residency by investment. So you would be required to have a minimum investment of $50,000. To be honest, it was way higher before. I think it was about $100,000, but now it's been reduced to $50,000, and that's the minimum. If you have more than that, you can spend it. The validity is 10 years. So basically you will be investing in Mauritius, or you could be investing in a business, or you could be investing in a business you want to set up in Mauritius. The application fee is 20,000 Mauritian rupees, and you only get to pay that after. So all of this, you only get to pay it after your visa has been approved. And you must be able to make, so now for you to even so let's say you get the permit. For you to be able to renew, so to say, you must be able, within that 10-year validity period, you must be able to make 4 million rupees on your 3rd year on your business registration. You can also bring in your family. You would have to apply for them. They would basically be on a resident permit. You could bring your spouse, you could bring your children, you could bring maybe people or 1 or 2 people who are dependent on you. Let's say maybe your elderly parents or something like that. For the necessary documents on this particular visa or permit, you would want to check out the EDB website. Okay, I don't have the list. Make sure you go to the EDB website everything you need is there. Residency for self-employed entrepreneurs. So basically, an entrepreneur is you and your business. You don't necessarily need to employ, but if you are required to employ, you would employ non-administration staff. Your minimum investment will be $35,000. You will have a validity for 10 years, so that will be the max, but you could do maybe less than that. So besides your investment, you would be providing 2 letters of intent from your potential clients or maybe existing clients. The business would obviously be located in Mauritius, because why would you want to spend that money for a business that is not here? Like, what are you entrepreneuring? So for the renewal criteria for this would be an annual business income of 800,000 rupees every year from your 3rd year of registration. You can apply for a resident permit for your family members, dependents, spouse, children, whatever it is, and make sure you check the necessary documents. Let me just quickly check what 35,000 rupees is. $35,000 in rupees. That's 1.5 million. To be honest, that's not bad. In my country, that would be 10 million. Let's check 50,000. 50,000 would be 2.1 million, which is about 20 million. So if you have that, I mean, you're good to go. It's residency by innovation. So you would have an innovative idea or an innovative invention or an innovative business. The same thing, I think, for all the residency by self-employed, by investment, by innovation, all of them have a validity of 10 years. 20,000 Mauritian rupees on application approval. Now for this one, you have to produce an innovative project that has 20% completion on research and development components. So you don't even necessarily need a finished work, but you need that, and you also would have a potential business plan set in place. I think that's one of the requirements you would need to submit to the EDB. And then you would also have this obviously approved by the EDB before you would even be thinking of getting a visa or permit or whatever it is. That's basically all the permits and how you could relocate and migrate to Mauritius. I hope you found this really helpful. You should be thinking of the best and easiest way. I wouldn't want you to go spending money that you don't have to migrate to a country when you do not have a concrete plan. Tourist visa. Now this is what pisses me off. When people ask me, please don't ask me how you can come in as a tourist and decide not to go back to your country. I will honestly not answer you, and I would not advise anybody to do that. Please and please don't do that. The best way for you to come to Mauritius as a Nigerian is a student. Get a school. It doesn't have to be an expensive school. Get a school, come into Mauritius, make sure you study, get a job, and find your way. So if you found this video helpful, please make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you comment. I would always be in the comment section. If you have any questions, put it down in the comment section. I will be glad to answer you. And as always, my name is Theodosia, and I'll see you guys in my next video.